We did not walk into level 36, we were delivered into it. The door we took out of the electric put us on our backs on a conveyor belt, moving between a hardshell suitcase and something in a canvas sack, and set us down in a room full of luggage nobody has come for.
We came in as freight.
The level imports everything that no clips in arrives on a belt, and every active belt is one specific entrance from one specific level. There are infinite carousels, most of them are dead.
Attention all passengers. Flight Q or HF13Y7479 is now boarding at Gate L67. I repeat, please board at Gate L67 to catch your flight.
That was for somebody else.
First thing this level said to us, and it was not to us. I'm going to find that reassuring for about 4 minutes. It is warm in here, properly warm. We came out of a place that was -43 within 10 meters of a window, and we are both still wearing everything we own.
The man by the fountain is staring at your coat.
He is in shirt sleeves, so is everyone. We are two people dressed for a mountain, standing in an airport, sweating, and neither of us has taken anything off yet. I do not think either of us is ready to believe it is warm. My watch has stopped, I tap it, nothing, I will come back to that. Past the carousels, the check-in desks start, and they do not finish. An unbroken row of service counters with nobody behind any of them, going away until the perspective gives up. Above every desk, the same board, countdown, flight number, gate, status. When a countdown reaches 1,000, the gate opens. When it reaches 0, the gate shuts and the flight is gone off the list like it was never there.
26 terminals, A to Z, and the gate numbers just keep going.
Every level in the backrooms, one flight away. That is the pitch. The catch is on the same board. Almost none of these destinations are documented. Nobody knows where most of these gates go.
Attention passengers for flight 6427ZRP1Q, MU, your gate has changed. Please proceed to gate P252. We apologize for any inconvenience.
We both looked up, so the board is alive. Good to know.
There's a column at the end. Look, opinion.
Recommended, useless, unknown, unknown, unknown. Somebody has been to these places and come back and filed a review. I do not know whether that is the most hopeful thing I have seen down here or the worst.
I used to do this, not this, but this.
She has stopped on the travelator, which is still moving, so I have to walk backwards to hear her.
Front rooms, you'd pick where you wanted to go and then you'd go there. That was it. That was the whole of it. You stood at a board like that one, and the only hard part was choosing. It wasn't remarkable. That's what I keep turning over. It wasn't a remarkable thing to be able to do.
And I have to say it because it is true and because she has not said it yet. That is where we are standing, right now. 26 terminals, infinite gates, every level one flight away. On paper, we have more choices in this building than we have had since the first day.
On paper.
Because 100 doors you cannot tell apart is not more than one door. It might be less than one door. One door you at least have to walk through.
So where do we go?
And I did not have an answer. We stood in the middle of the largest set of options either of us has ever been handed, and neither of us could finish the sentence. I have been carrying it in the top of the bag where I can feel it against my back. The jar, sealed, cold, heavier than it looks. I touched one, there are more in there and I have not touched them, and I keep doing the arithmetic on what that means. He said Mercy, or he said Mercer. I have run it back so many times that I have worn a groove in it, and the groove is the shape of the answer I wanted. And it is not my memory, that is the part I cannot get past. It is not my memory, and there is nobody left to ask.
Cole, come and look at this.
She does not argue with me about it. She has never once argued with me about it. She just finds something and points at it, and I get up, because getting up is easier than the alternative.
It says anything left on a carousel for 10 rounds gets taken to lost and found.
10 rounds, and I put my hand on the bag without deciding to. My watch has not started again. It is not broken. I got that wrong. Every timekeeping device brought into this level stops at the threshold and stays stopped until it is carried back out. The clocks on the walls have hands that point at nothing in particular, or no hands at all. There is no dawn here and there is no dusk.
So we've been here.
No idea. Neither of us has any idea, and that is the level working correctly. The record puts it roughly at this: a week in here is about a second out there. Time runs hard and fast through this building, and it feels like waiting. And your body does not age, that is the line. You can stay as long as you like and it costs you nothing, except that your mind sits through every second of it.
Nothing, it costs nothing.
This is the first place we have been that does not charge us to stand still. I want to write that down as good news, and I cannot make my hand do it. We heard it before we saw it, and it took me a second to work out what the sound was because I have not heard it in a long time. People talking to each other, not shouting, not warning, talking. Gate C32, about 150 of them, spread out over the seats and lying in circles on the carpet with their bags under their heads.
They're all waiting for the same flight.
One flight, bottom row of the board, easy to miss. Destination level 186, the Infinite Valley. Countdown, 94,612,753.
That isn't a wait, that's a life.
And they have made it one. They run their own day and their own night because the building will not give them either. They eat together at times they agreed on. They walk strangers to their gates. Somebody organizes all of this.
Attention all passengers. Flight 8250 XTG 8 p.m. I is now boarding at Gate H85. I repeat, please board at Gate H85 to catch your flight.
A few heads came up, nobody stood. Every one of them can leave. The exit rating on this level is 1 out of 5. There is nothing in this building that will stop them, and there is nothing in this building that will hurt them. They are the freest people I have met down here, and they are not going anywhere.
Don't say it like it's sad.
I was not going to. I have spent 2 levels being pushed through doors by things that wanted me dead. These people picked somewhere safe and sat down in it. So we sat down. The coats came off eventually and went under our heads, which is the most use they have been since the game room gave them to us. There was still hot chocolate in the flask. It had not gone cold. Nothing in here goes cold.
We don't have to decide today.
There is no today. That is sort of the point of this place. But I knew what she meant, and she knew I knew.
Attention all passengers. Flight 1784XB, or 8JLP will begin boarding shortly at Gate C32. Please have your belongings ready.
Shortly, 94 million on the clock, and the building says shortly. Nobody around us moved, and neither did we, and for the first time in a long time that was not because something was in the way.
Get some sleep, Cole. It's not going anywhere. Neither are we.